Hello, fellow Moodlers. So today, in part 3, as we Moodle along, I am going to get into the actual meat of the matter and demonstrate how to populate an entire week of your Moodle course, or at least how I go about doing mine. So without any further ado, let's go to my Moodle page for the composing process. And as we did in videos 1 and 2, the first section of the course is populated, and then since then I have populated my first week. So as you can see, we have the label filled in with the topic for the week 1, and then the overview for week 1, the course, the week's objectives, the learning activities and resources, and course assessment. There was no course assessment for week 1 since that was pretty much just orientation week. But in week 2, as you can see, there are 2 assessment activities. This one is hidden from students, but these are the 2 that are set up for students. And so my week 3 is blank and waiting to be populated. And so as I go about populating week 3, I'm going to share the steps with you. The steps might require more than one videos. And so if I feel like a video is going too long, then I'm going to wrap up and then start another video. We'll just play it by ear as far as scheduling the videos is concerned. Now, the first thing that I want to point out before I turn on the editing button and get started is that you will see that you will notice that there are 3 purple labels under each week as set out by our ODL department. But you will notice that I eliminate one of those 3 labels and collapse 2 into 1. So rather than having, this is just me, and this is, probably, going against ODL's wishes, but I don't think that there will be too put out if we customize a little bit depending on our needs and the structuring of our course. But I have found for my courses that learning activities and resources often overlap. Often when you are presenting an activity to students, included in that are learning resources. And so I have found these to be redundant or overlapping. So rather than keeping a learning resources section and a separate learning activities section, I just have a learning activities and resources section. And so I delete this second label, and then I put the word activities here. So we have a label that says learning activities and resources, as you'll see in my week 2 and my week 1. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do in populating my week 3. So then, as you know, the first thing you'll do in adding content or making changes to the course is to go to the top of the course. And the easy way to do that is to use this magical little button here that takes you straight to the top of the page. And then you turn editing on. It's loading, as you can see here, it's processing. And so it's a little slow this morning. I don't think it is my system. It's probably that a lot of people, yeah, it's after 8. A lot of people are probably on Moodle all at once. So, okay, good. So it's all loaded and all the editing go down to my week 3. And as you can see, all of the editing buttons for the various sections are on now. Good. All right. So you will want to have handy for authoring a week, you will want to have handy your course outline and that folder that I suggested that you have all of your or most of your online teaching resources saved in. And so let me go ahead and do that and be a good student to my own self. Let me just fetch my course outline and save it on my desktop just to have it easily accessible. Composing process, section O. Okay, just save it right up here. And then my online teaching folder is already here. All right, good. So I can just fetch those without too much digging around. All right, good. So then the first thing I do is type in the topic here for week 3, and then to do that, you click on the editing button. And you'll notice that all of the labels or items under week 3 for me, when you click on the editing button, you will see that it says show week, and there is a little slash over the I. It's telling you that the week is hidden from students. And usually I do that while I'm working on the week. I'm not yet ready to make it available to students, either because I'm working on it or because I'm not ready yet to reveal the contents of a particular week. And so this is where you control that. You show week or hide week. So I'm going to leave it hidden until I'm ready to make this week available to students on Sunday. Normally, I open the upcoming week on Sunday, since the course week runs Monday to Sunday in our system at UB, the weekly schedule that is for our online classes. All right, so then to edit that, I click Edit Week, and then it takes me into editing mode, and this is the box here to type in the title for the week, and that goes in all caps just to maintain the format that ODL prefers. My week 3 is travel article part 1, and I'm getting that from my course outline. And that's all you have to do on this page, typing in the name of the week there in that label, and you click Save Changes. Good. And so there we have it, week 3, travel article part 1. You'll notice that it looks a little pale, and that is because the week is marked as hidden. When it is open to students, it will be more crisp like these. Good. All right. Secondly, you're going to copy and paste or type the overview for the week in this yellow label. And so to do that, edit setting. And I have that prepared beforehand. You might have it in your course outline or maybe not, but I have a little cutting board on my desktop where I save things that I'm going to use, as I go along. And so I have my weekly overview here in this temporary file, and I'll copy it. Or if you're making it up as you go along, you just type it right in here. But I'm copying and paste. And remember, you want to choose paste as plain text, so that what you paste in here will maintain the same formatting as the text that's already in the template. Good. So that's the course overview. It looks okay. And then you scroll down to the bottom of the page and you save and return to course. And the neat thing about Moodle is that when you're done saving something, it takes you right back to the week that you're authoring. It doesn't take you to the top and then you have to scroll down. That's pretty handy and kind. Thank you, Mr. Moodle. Okay, I really don't like how slowly this system is working right now. But it's not too bad. I can't complain. I really shouldn't complain. Good. Oh, I said I was going to delete one of these labels as the first step. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. And so again, ODL probably doesn't would prefer that we don't do this, but I find it necessary or appropriate for my course. So you might find it appropriate, and so leave it. It's all up to you. So edit settings is the first step in deleting that label. And nope, that's not how you do that. Let's go back. That's not how you do that. I needed to choose delete. I am not about to edit it. I'm about to delete it. And so there's a delete button there. Delete. And it's asking you, are you sure that that's what you want to do? Yes, Mr. Moodle, that's what I want to do. And so it's gone. And so then to compensate, I will add activities to the upper label, edit settings, and the label is right here now editable. And so I'll type in learning activities, all caps, and resources. Save and return to course. And there I have my two labels, which suffice for me. Good. All right. So far in populating this week, I have inserted the topic for the week, the overview for the week, and now I'm going to insert the learning outcomes or objectives for this week 3. And the standard wording that Odile has in the template for this says students, upon completing this session, I think I added the word week here. I think the standard says upon completing this session, students will be able to, and then you add at the bullets your 1, 2, or however many learning outcomes there are for this week. I modified this lead-in sentence, though, to say, upon completing this week's session, you will be able to, because the end user of your Moodle page, your target audience is your students. So you're talking directly to them. And so aside from the course description, aside from that, I try to word everything so that to indicate that my target audience is students. So I typically change students to you so that I'm talking directly to the students. And so I'm going to change this one. Upon completing this week's session, you will be able to, and since I'm here already, I'm going to go ahead and put in the learning outcomes, which I don't have memorized at all. So I'll go to my course outline that I have saved on the desktop for easy access. Okie dokie. So then, let's see. Week 3, travel writing. Okay, part 1, planning and research. Okay. Trying to remember where I have that information. Students will be able to. All right, I have it in my head. I better remember it. Students will be able to describe describe the characteristics of CHRCTERIS, characteristics of a travel article in terms of audience and audience, purpose, and style. Describe the key characteristics. Good. And then the second objective is they'll be able to annotate. This is coming out in a different font, so I'm just going to see if I return here, if it will give me the font that's above. They'll be able to annotate. Annotate published travel article to describe the writer's strategies. Okay. Good. All right. And STRATEGIS. And I like to color things when I can, although Moodle gives us a limited range of choices in choosing colors, and they're here as far as I'm aware: red, yellow, green, blue. And so my designing style choices are usually between blue and green. And so I like to color those green. You probably prefer the basic black. That's all up to you. Just to give it more prominence and some color appeal on the Moodle page. Good. So describe the key characteristics of a travel article in terms of audience, purpose, and style. Annotate a published travel article to describe the writer's strategies. Good. All right, those are the two main objectives for this week in the composing process, and there they are. Good. All right, so now I'm going to show you now how the Moodle resource that I use under learning activities and resources to lay out all of my teaching content in one convenient space for students to scroll through and read through and so on. And that is the resource that Moodle calls the page. So I'm going to show you what a page is and how to insert a page and how to use the page like a web page where you can insert text to give explanatory information. You can insert a video to teach or illustrate concepts, photos, and so forth, right? So here we go, uploading a page. But first, this tab right here that you'll find at the end of each week's section that says add an activity or resource, that's what you're going to click to reveal the menu with all of the different tools and resources that Moodle offers to do the different things. So you'll see that it's there at the end of week 3. It's there at the bottom, I should say, of week 4, and so on. Good. So that is kind of like the tab that you click to reveal all your tools. So let's do that. Add an activity or resource. And so here on this one dashboard, you see all of the activities and resources that Moodle offers, all of the authoring tools and resources. This one is for assignments. In next video, I'm going to illustrate how to create an assignment. This is the book resource. certificate, pretty handy. File, you want to upload a file, a folder, forum, and so forth. Label, page, questionnaire, quiz, URL, SCORM package. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure what that is. I have never used it. Maybe I'll figure it out some other time. Pretty sure it's helpful, but that's for another day for me. All right, so this is the resource that we're going to use, the page, right? See the icon? It looks kind of like a page, a little pale blue. Good, so we're going to insert a page under the learning activities and resources. And so we just click on page, and then it gives you the option to name it. So I'm going to name this in all caps, learning activities and resources. But I want to make it more directional, and so I will say to students, to the users, click here to go to this week's learning activities and resources. Good. All right. And at the moment, I do not need, I'm scrolling down so you can see how this page operates. I do not need a description here, not for students nor for myself, but the area of this editing page that you're going to populate is the second box. Let me scroll down again. The first box is for the description. We'll skip that. And it's the second box that says content, page content. This here is prime real estate right here, Moodlers. And this can function as a web page that you can design with all the content that you need to lay out for your students for the week, so that it might look something like I don't have an example yet because the courses for which I use the page resource are now taken down from my Moodle dashboard. They were the courses I taught last semester during the COVID online period. But I am going to use it again for one of my courses this semester, and starting now to show you how to use it here. But just to give you an idea of more or less what that page can look like, more or less, I will show you one of the weeks, the same week 3 for my composing process course, but using another platform called Articulate Rise that some of you might be familiar with. That it's very, very handy and convenient authoring tool that that was made available to the lecturers teaching online in the earlier days. But now, those of us who don't have that anymore, I don't have it anymore for my other courses. Only the composing process do I have it for, but never mind, because that page resource in Moodle can do can do a lot of the main things that you will see on this page. Right, so you see that you have different sizes and colors of text. You can upload a cover photo for each week or a cover image, explanatory information presented to students in text form, the week's main objectives or steps, and then your instructions, video, handout in PDF form, embedded articles from the internet. And so all of this is visually, graphically displayed for maximum visual enhancement. So you can really take advantage of the nice photos and visuals that are available on the internet. And you will notice that whenever, see, all of that kind of design stuff you're able to do, and Moodle's page allows you to do it um, fairly similarly to Articulate Rise. I just want to point out that I try to always remember whenever I use an image or any resource that's not mine to properly credit the source. And so I'm going to show you how to do this in a future video, in a very near future, because this is important. You notice that I cite the source by typing in image source, or you can say photo source. And I got this from a website, so I have the name of the website here in shortened form. You notice that the entire long URL isn't displayed, and that is because um, I've turned the name of the website into a hyperlink. And when you click on this link, it takes you to the actual website from which I obtained the photo. All right, so not only am I crediting the source of the photo, but I'm giving them proper props, some publicity and all. If a student clicks on it, or the user of this course clicks on it, then it goes to their website. Might be distracting, but you know, but that's how I choose to go about attributing the resources. This doesn't have one because I created that video myself, but all of these are properly linked to the web source that I got it from. Even my theme photo here, right? I got it from medium.com. This is a link that takes you to that site. Just trying to make an honest woman of myself in using people's intellectual property. At least we try, no? Okay, good. So then let's go back to our page, our Moodle page. And just I was pointing out that this is the space right here where you're gonna type, or you're gonna insert a photo or insert a video and all that stuff. And so we'll come back to that in the next video, really. I just want to wrap up this one, but to show you how to create the page. And then in the next video, I'll show you how to populate the page. So then let's save and return to course so that we can see that the page is created and is waiting nice and pretty right here for us to populate. And the page needs to be moved because whenever you upload a resource here by clicking on the add an activity or resource link, the resource is going to be saved right here at the bottom of the week or the section, and then you're going to have to move it underneath the appropriate label. And to move this page, you'll know, or any other resource, you'll notice that there's a 4-point arrow right beside it. That's the moving tab. And so you just click on it, click and drag it to where you want to position it, and you let go. And there you have it. Okay, so that's how you move things around on Moodle. Let me illustrate that again. I'm going to move this, say this discussion forum here that's under week 4. I want to change it and put it under week 3 for argument's sake. You just drag and hold it down until you find your spot. And sometimes it will slip away from you, but don't worry, just fetch it back and you let go, and there it is. Good, that's how you move stuff from one area to the next on Moodle. Let me take this back to where it belongs. Down under week 4. Okay, it's underneath here. Go back home to where you belong, baby. All right, so then I'll end this video right here after illustrating in my week 3 how to add the topic for the week on the topic label, how to insert or copy and paste the overview for the week, how to insert the learning outcomes or objectives for the week. Some people use the term outcomes, some use objectives. The teaching lecturers will, be more particular about that. um, and for good reason, I'm sure. And then I have shown how to create a page wherein we're going to add all of the actual teaching and learning instructions and resources, handouts, videos, um, photos, and so on for students. This is where the action is really going to take place. And it's all going to be neat and tidily wrapped up right here in this space, so that you don't have to have a whole lot of stuff. Imagine you have a video here and a handout there and a photo here. Your main course page would be too busy, and so this page is makes it nice and neat and tucked away. Good. All right, so then all right, so that brings us to the end of the third video. I'm going to record another one right in a little bit. See you very soon.